Hey guys, welcome back. And today we are going to solve properties of parabolas, algebra 1 semester 2. So let's begin. Let's click on it. Okay. So the first question is, which of the following describes the parabola with the equation y equals x squared plus 2x plus 1? So we need to find the axis of symmetry and we need to find the vertex, okay? So first, how do we find the axis of symmetry? We said there's a formula. X equals negative b divided by 2 times a, which means x equals negative b. The b is the coefficient of x, so it's going to be negative 2 divided by 2 times a, 2 times 1, so it's going to be negative 1. So the axis of symmetry is negative 1. X equals negative 1. The second thing that we need to do is we need to find the vertex. To find the vertex, we already have the x, which is negative 1. So the vertex, the only one that has the x-axis negative 1 is this one. This one doesn't have negative 1, this one doesn't have negative 1, this one doesn't have negative 1. So the answer would be the first one. All you need to do, let's say if you had 2 negative 1s and the y is different, all you need to do is plug it in and you'll find the y. So it's going to be negative 1 squared plus 2 times negative 1 plus 1. And the answer will be 0. That's the answer for the first question. We'll do another example. Which of the following is the minimum value of the function? Now to find the minimum value, the same thing. First you need to find the value of a, b, and c. The value of a is 3/4. The value of b is 6, and the value of c is also 6. To find the minimum, it means you need to find the y value of the vertex. So first, you need to use x equals negative b divided by 2 times a. So x equals negative b, which means negative 6, divided by 2 times a, 2 times 3/4, right? So 2 times 3/4. So it's going to be negative 4. That's x equals negative 4. Now we plug in the negative 4 and we will get the answer. So it's going to be y equals 3/4 times negative 4 squared plus 6 times negative 4 plus 6. And you will get the answer. Let's get a calculator. Let's do it with that. So we have 16 divided by 4 is going to be 4 times 3 is negative 12. So negative 12 plus 6 times negative 4, which is negative 24. So negative 24 plus 6. So it's going to be negative, let me see one more time, 16 plus 12, sorry. So it's going to be negative 12, which is negative 12 plus 6, it's going to be negative 6. So the answer is negative 6. Let's plug it in the calculator and you will get the answer. Question 4. That's another one. Let me zoom in. So we have, hey, who's there? I'm fasting. I won't be able to eat it.
Not until later? You don't want to wait for later?
Like, no, I'm going to eat at 7:30.
You want to wait or you don't want it?
No, thank you. It's going to go. I'm going to leave, yeah.
Okay.
And now we go to this one. So we have, which of the following describes the parabola? The same thing, you need to find the axis of symmetry and then the vertex. So the axis of symmetry, first a is negative 1, b is negative 3, c is 6. So x equals negative b divided by 2a. So x equals negative b, it's going to be 3. Divided by 2 times a, negative 2, which means negative 1.5. That's the x-axis. So that's that axis of symmetry. So where do we have negative 1.5? The third one, negative 1.5. That's the only one. Now let's say we had two negative 1.5, then you need to plug it in to find the y value. That is it, guys. Question 5. I don't know, we said negative 1.5, right? Question 5. The same thing in this one. Which of the following is the graph of y equals negative x squared minus 1? So in this case, guys, again, you need to find A and B and C. As you can see, A is negative 1 because it's negative 1x squared. B, we don't have x's, so 0. And C is the constant, which is negative 1. Now, because A is negative, the graph is supposed to be upwards. Now, when you have something like that without the B, when the B is 0, it means that you take the negative 1 and you take the graph one step down. So it's going to be negative 1. So, and that is the answer. So, which one do we have? One step down. So as you can see, the graph is on negative 1, so that one is perfect. It could be, and it's also downward. This one upward, so no. This one is at 1. So the only answer that has negative 1 is here. You see negative 1, and this will be the answer. Because we had negative 1. If we had negative 5, of course negative 5, etc. The same thing here, guys. Which of the following is the graph of y equals 2x squared plus 3/4? So it needs to go up 3/4. So this one went down to negative 1. And of course the A is positive, the A is 2. So the graph is supposed to be upwards. So the first one is wrong. The second one, it's upwards, and the third one is upwards. And both of them about 3/4. Both of them are, but we need to know which one is the correct one. Now because it's a fraction, okay, because it's a bigger than, it's a bigger than 1, which means 2, right? It's bigger than 1, so it means that the graph is going to be narrower. If it was a fraction, the graph would be wider. So because it's 2, so it's going to be narrow. And you can check any point. For example, if you check this point, 1, okay, 1. Let's check 1 and plug it in. So 1 squared, 1 times 2, 2. 2 plus 3/4 is 2 and 3/4. So if you go to 1, and you go up, in this case it's 3, right? Or almost 2 and 3/4. If you go here, 1, it's less than 2, but it needs to be 2 and something. So the only answer is this one, so it becomes narrower. The same thing here, guys. Which equation is represented by the graph? So which one is represented by this graph? As you can see, guys, what's the y-intercept? The y-intercept is 1, right? I hope you can see the graph is 1. So the one that I'm going to choose that has the 1 y-intercept. So all of them have 1. So all of them could be an answer. Perfect? The second thing is the axis of symmetry. What's the axis of symmetry? X equals what? Negative 2, because this line cuts it in half. X equals negative 2. That's the axis of symmetry. So which one gives you the axis of symmetry? You need to check each one. Remember, to check it, you need to use the formula x equals negative b divided by 2 times a. So if you go for the first one, negative b, which is going to be 2, divided by 2a, which is going to be 1. So it's going to be 2 divided by 2a, it's going to be 2. So it's not going to be negative 2. So this one is wrong. If we go to this one, negative b, it's going to be 2 divided by negative 1, so it's going to be negative 2. This could be an answer. So we go to the next one. I'll erase it so we can scroll down. This one, negative 4 divided by 2 times 8 is going to be 2. So that's not an answer. Remember, it has to be negative 2. And this one, negative 4, it's going to be 4 divided by negative 2, so it's going to be negative 2. So it's either the last one, or which one, or the first one, or the second one. The last one or the second one that gave me negative 2. So how do we find it? You need to plug in a point. You need to plug in a point. You can plug in the point itself that we chose, that which is the negative 2. So if you plug it in for x, so it's going to be 4 times negative 1/2. And just use the calculator. 4 times negative 1/2 is negative 2. Negative 2, here negative 2 times negative is going to be 4. Minus 2 is 2. Plus 1 is 3. So negative 2 is going to be 3, but here it's 5. So it's not, it's key that y value for the negative 2 is 5. So if you go here and you plug in negative 2 here, so it's going to be negative 4. So negative 2 squared, it's going to be 4. So it's going to be negative 4. Times negative minus 8 is negative. It's plus 4. Plus 1, it's going to be 5. So this one is the answer. I hope you understood it, guys. It's the same one that we did before. We just plug in the numbers. Which of the following is the graph of y equal the same thing, guys? As you can see, minus 1 means that it needs to go down. The a is negative, it means that it's downwards, okay? So which one has it? This one is negative 1, it's downwards. It could be an answer. This one is positive 1, so it's not an answer. This one is also negative 1, so it's either the last one or the first one. Now, because it's a fraction, it's going to be wider. So as you can see, this is narrow, and the last one is wider, so this would be the answer. Remember, if it's a fraction, the graph is wider. If it's bigger than 1, the graph is narrower. Which equation is represented by the graph? The same thing, guys. As you can see, it went down twice. So minus 2 plus 2 minus 3. So the answer is either the first one or the second one. Now, you just plug in negative 2 and see what's the answer. So, you plug in an x value. So let's plug in a 0. Let's plug in 0. Choose another one, sorry. Let's choose this one. Let's choose 1. Let's choose 1. So 1 times 2 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. So here will be 0. Is 1 0? No, it's 1 almost 1. So the answer would be this one. 3 minus 2 is 1. As you can see, 1 and 1. So the answer would be this one. And which of the following is the graph of y equals 5x plus 2? It's the same thing, guys. There's no difference. Plus 2 goes up twice. So either the first one, the second one, or the third one is negative 2. So no. So it's either the first or the second. Now, the a is positive, so it's upwards. So it's not the second one, it goes downwards. So the answer would be the first one. Guys, please, if you have any questions, please email me. Ask me anything you need. I'll do more practice about this one. Just I'm trying to do a little bit faster. But as you can see, it's easy. Just go back on it. If you have any questions, email or even call me if some of you have my phone number. Have a great day.